Hey guys, welcome to my channel. As I showed you in the last video, we covered some important Linux commands. Now this is the second part, and I will also show you some important commands in this video as well. But first of all, let's discuss some commands which we talked about earlier. Like in the last video, I showed you these commands like pwd, ls, who am I, date, and then there is mkdir and rmdir, touch and rm. So I guess these were the commands which I showed you earlier in the last class. Now in this video I am going to show you some extension or some flags according to these commands or and some new commands as well. So let's talk about first of all this ls command. Now if you type ls and with this tag or flag, and you can see all these flags here. If you want all entries, you can type this a, like all the flags and their descriptions are given here. Now let me show you some important flags attached to this command. Let me first clear this terminal, and we have first flag with ls is lt. Now this displays latest modified files on the top. So the first file or the directory which modified to the latest is showed above. C. It's modified on July 5, 22. 22 is the time, that is 8 p.m. And then there is another flag lsltr. Now this is also same, but it reverses the output of this lslt. You can see the desktop is at last. So if you want human readable format of the ls command, you can type ls and then lh. Now see, you have this 4K, 4K. This is the size. 4K means 4 KB, 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 KB. Here we have 4096. It's in bytes and it's in KBs now. So it's more human readable. So let's move further. Again, let me clear this terminal. Now, in the last video, I told you how you can change directory. Let me change directory to CD desktop. Right now I am here, and let me create a file for let me create a file here, and for file I told you a command that is touch, let's say maybe random.txt. Now suppose we want to read the content of this file. We have a command named cat, cat. You have to write cat and then followed by the file name, that is the random.txt. See, nothing is in output right now because this file is empty. Let me check with some other file, or maybe some. So let's first fill the content in this file and see how this cat works. Now to write content in this file, you can open any text editor from your side. It can be Kate, it can be Visual Studio, or whatever you want. But if you want inbuilt or terminal based text editor, you can use Nano or Vim. So to use Nano, just type Nano. Now Nano is the text editor here, and you have to type its file name now, random.txt. We have to type content in this file. So just hit enter, and now this is the Nano text editor. Just type anything here you want. Like let me write I am here In this video, I'm showcasing some Linux commands. It's it's very beginner friendly content. Now to save this file, you might be thinking how to save. Like if I press Ctrl S, nothing happens. So see, here is a write out. We have to write out this file. Just press Ctrl O on your keyboard first, and then hit enter. And to exit, now this content is saved in this file. To exit the nano text editor, just hit Ctrl X, that is exit. Ctrl X. Now we are out of that nano text editor. Now to see what the content we have written in that random.txt, again we type cat random.txt. See, we wrote this comment, or what this content. I mean, I am here in this video and this. You can type. You can also use Vim or VI text editor. Let me write VI and again random.txt. Now this is another text editor. Now in this text editor there is one thing you need to know. By default you can't write, you may or may not be able to write. It totally depends on the mode of the VI editor. To change the mode, right now it's in insert mode. If you want to write content in this, you can use insert mode. To change this mode, just hit insert key on your keyboard, like see, replace and insert. Now let me insert some new data in this, like hello there, I'm using VI text editor. Okay, now after you have written the content in the file using VI text editor or Vim text editor, you can use any one of them. To save and exit this file, you have to press escape, then type WQ and hit enter. Now the content is saved in this file. Let me read again, see the file content, again random.txt. See, hello there, I am using. So you can use any text editor you want. You can use even GUI based text editor like Kate or maybe Visual Studio to write content in this file. It's not a big deal. Now there is another, you can say, way to read a file. There is two commands as well. Like there is less command. Let me write here less, first cat and then less and more. Now first of all, let me tell you about more. Type more and random.txt. Now you might be wondering what this is. Like cat and more are giving same result. This is because the content in the file is very less. So more, the difference between cat and more is more shows you the content of the file in page by page format. Okay, suppose if you have filled one page, like suppose if you have 10 pages of content, cat command will showcase you all the content in one format in your terminal, but more command will showcase you in page by page manner. Now there is another command which is less. Now less command is used for to read a file and search a word in it. Now this less command will open an editor to view the content of a file one screen at a time. Again let's try it, random.txt. Now this, see, we have this. Now to search word in this, you have to hit this what we say, oblique, forward oblique, or forward slash. Now suppose I want to find the word hello. Just type this hello and hit enter. See, it found out the word here. Now again let me try again this, and let me try to find out editor here. See, it again found the word here. So again, exit this terminal, we have same. You can press Q on the keyboard to exit from the less editor. Now let's move further. Now let me showcase you some again rm command. Now to remove rm command, to use rm command, you can type rm and random txt. Now this, see, random.txt is gone. Again let me create another file and let me show you some use of rm with flags like -r and -rf. First of all, let me create some folder here, maybe mkdir linux. Now inside linux, let me go in this and create another file, file1.txt. Now inside linux directory, I have file1.txt. Again let me go back to, now to go back you have to type cd and these two dots. I forgot what we say to this, but these are the two dots. So again I am in desktop directory, and let me use rm to remove this linux folder. See, it's saying rm cannot remove linux is a directory, so rm can only remove files. Okay, rm can only remove files. Let me try with rm -r, maybe this. Now see, linux folder is gone. See, there is no, like, if I maybe, see, no such file or directory. So rm can only remove files, but rm -r can remove files as well as their directories. Now there is very important and very, you can say, crucial command which need to be used in very supervised manner. Like you cannot, like you do not want to run this command randomly anywhere in your any directory and system. Like the command is, let me just type here, rm-rf. Now the difference between rm and rm-f is, if the file is write protected, rm-r will give you prompt that this file is write protected, but rm-rf won't give you any prompt for confirmation. It will delete all the folders and directories and the recursive directories, all these files, whatever there in that folder which you want to delete or in file. We have to run this command pretty, you know, in a pretty supervised manner. Like, do not ever run this command in system folders like USR or maybe home folder directly or inside your root folder. I'm not showcasing you this command here because like it will work same like this, but like you can see some tutorials on YouTube for this if you really want to know more about this. So let's move to other information or other commands of the Linux which you can use. So there is a path. I mean, there are two types of path: absolute and path and relative path. In the next video, I will tell you the difference between both of these paths in in, a, in an interactive way. So the next command is to copy and paste a file from one folder to another in Linux system. For that, we have command cp. cp refers to copy. So suppose I'm creating one file in the desktop, it is touch file1.txt. So this file1.txt is there, and let me create some another folder naming this cd mkdir hello folder here. Now we have hello folder. Now we want to copy this file from this desktop directory to this hello directory. You can just type cp, then file name of file1.txt, and then you have to give either relative path or absolute path. Right now I am showcasing you both relative path and uh, absolute path. First of all, let me show you what relative path looks like. You have to type this hello, and this hello. Yes. Let me try to change directly to hello, and let's see. File 1 is inside this. Again, let me go back to CD. Now again, let me try to another folder, maybe by. Now there is another directory here by. Now this time, this is the, keep this in mind, this is relative path right now. Now I mean, I can show you absolute path to this as well. Let me show you that. Like, I just need to create another file, touch file2.txt. Right now, see, in hello, there is only one file, file1.txt. Now, absolute path means the full path to a file or directory from the root directory. Root directory is referred by this. Okay. And relative path specifies the location of a file or directory relative to the current working directory. It does not start with this. You can see here, hello didn't start with this. Let me showcase you, or let me show you the absolute path example here. You can use cp, again file name file2.txt again. See, now I'm using full path. If you really don't want to, if you do not want, if you don't know the full path, you can just go to properties and here detail. We should be here from mm, let's new page. Let me just try my one. It's inside home. Now inside home I have user Deepak. Now inside Deepak I have desktop. Now inside desktop I have this hello folder or directory. Now you can just see this is the full path. This path isn't related to any directory or any working directory, but this here, this is related to the current working directory. You can just enter this. Now let me again see the content, what is present in hello. The file 2.txt is inside me. So this is the difference between this absolute path and this is a relative path. In the next video, I will tell you more about this. I will upload a specific video on these topic only, the random and absolute path and relative path. Now, to copy a content of one file to another file in Linux, again we have to use command cp. Now this time, let me open the freezer mode. Now for that, we have this syntax cp file A and file B. Now content of file A will be copied to file B. Let me just type some content in file 1 and try to copy in file 2. Again nano file PHP and hello archive video tools. Um, if we see the content in file is this. Now let me see if there is any content in file 2. If file 2 doesn't have any content right now, to copy the content of file 1 to file 2, you just have to type cp file1 dot txt. Now destination file is file2.txt. Hit enter. Now try to read the content of this file to see. The contents inside file 2 is same as file1 txt. Now to move, or I mean to cut and paste a file from one folder to another, there is command mv. Mv stands for move. Suppose this I want to move this file 1 to file 1 into this by folder. By folder is right now empty, but I want to move this into this. We can use this mv. Let me first clear this terminal. Mv. Let's type mv and then we have file name file1.txt. Then again you can also give absolute path or relative path to the current directory. Right now I'm giving you, I'm showcasing only relative path. So this by I'm showcasing you the relative path because I'm already inside desktop directory and want to copy a file to that directory which is already inside desktop. That's why I'm using relative path. But if I was in some other directory, suppose if I was in pictures directory or downloads directory where this by folder was not there, I can't do this relative path. I have to use absolute path there. Now, this we have to use by. So just the file got disappeared from here. But let me open this. See, now the file is inside this by directory. You can also check from terminal. Just go to this by directory. We are in by directory now. Just type ls. See, file1.txt is in there. So it's very simple command. Now let me show you how you can copy this. Let me go to my home directory right now. Right now I'm in home with Deepak Vishwaha. I have YouTube. I'm not inside desktop, and this hello is present in this desktop, and this by is present in this desktop. Now let me tell you how you can use the relative, absolute path here. Just type mv, and you have to now get full path of this, and inside this I have this, and inside this I have 5 2. Now this is the path of the file which I want to move to the by directory. Again I have to give this full absolute path, top, and see, right now I am in this Deepak Vishwaha home directory, and without going into another directory I copied, I moved this file into by. This is how you can use absolute path and relative path. Now I guess these commands are enough for this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video with your friends and family. And for more videos, please subscribe to the channel. And in the next video, I'm definitely going to show you relative path and absolute path in detail. Then only you can understand how these two are different from each other. In this video, you might be confused about these parts, but don't worry, in the next video, I will surely help you to get rid of that confusion. Thank you again for watching this video. Have a good